Este video no tiene respuestas y el objetivo es que practiquen con su información real. Contesten solo las preguntas que apliquen a su caso. Si tienen alguna duda, dejen un comentario en este video. Pausen el video de ser necesario. Hi, I am Officer Matthew. Please follow me. Do you have any questions before we start the interview? Please remain standing. I need to put you under oath. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the statement you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. Have a seat. How are you doing today? Pretty good. Thanks for asking. Did you come alone or with someone today? Did you have trouble finding our building? How was traffic? How's the weather outside? Have you been studying hard for the interview? Do you have any physical or developmental disability or mental impairment that prevents you from demonstrating your knowledge and understanding of the English language and or civic requirements for the naturalization? Why are you here today? Why do you want to become a US citizen? Why do you think you are eligible to become a US citizen? Please show me your green card, state ID, and all your passports. Did you bring your taxes for the last 3 years? We are going to review your application. Please let me know if any of your information has changed since you submitted your application. How long have you been a permanent resident? When did you get your green card? How did you acquire your green card? What's your full legal name? Is your legal name the same as it appears in your green card? Have you used any other names or nicknames? Do you want to legally change your name? What is your date of birth? In what place were you born? What is your social security number? What is your phone number? Do you have an email? What is your current address? Has your address changed since you submitted your application? How long have you been living there? Were your parents married before your 18th birthday? Are either of your parents US citizen? Do you work? What did you do in your job? How long have you been working there? What's the name of your employer? Have you been outside of the United States for the last 5 years? How many total days did you spend outside of the United States for the last 5 years? How many trips of 24 hours or longer have you taken outside of the United States during the last 5 years? Did any of your trips last more than 180 days? Have you traveled outside of the United States after you submitted your application? What was the day you left the United States in your last trip? When did you return to the United States in your last trip? How many days did you spend outside of the United States in your last trip? What was the purpose of your trip? Where did you go? Did you travel alone? Can you tell me about your other trips? What is your marital status? When did you get married? When did you get divorced? How many times have you been married? Do you have any children? Does your child live with you? Do you have any children outside of the United States? Do you support your child? Do you pay child support? How old is your daughter? Is her a US citizen? Is she born here? Is she attending school? What is your daughter's relationship to you? Do you have any stepchildren, adopted children? How tall are you? What is your weight? What's your hair color? Let's move on to the civic questions. I'll ask you 10 questions and you have to answer 6 of them correctly. Are you ready? What is the supreme law of the land? The idea of self government is in the first 3 words of the Constitution. What are these words? What did the Declaration of Independence do? What is freedom of religion? What stops one branch of government from becoming too powerful? What is the name of the President of the United States now? Correct. You have answered 6 questions correctly. You have passed the civic test. Now let's move on with the English reading and writing test. Could you please read the sentence on the tablet? Correct. Now write in the tablet the next sentence. California has the most people. California has the most people. Correct, you have passed the reading and writing test. Now let's review some additional information. Have you ever claimed to be a US citizen in writing or any other way? Have you ever been declared legally incompetent or been confined to a mental institution? Do you owe any overdue federal, state, or local taxes? Have you called yourself a non US resident on a federal, state, or local tax return since you became a lawful permanent resident? Have you ever been a member of, involved in, or in any way associated with any organization, association, fund, foundation, party, club, society, or similar group in the United States or in any other location in the world? Have you ever persecuted, either directly or indirectly, any person because of race, religion, national origin, membership in a particular social group, or political opinion? Were you ever involved in any way with any of the following: genocide, torture, killing, or trying to kill someone? Have you ever been a prostitute or procured anyone for prostitution? Have you ever been married to more than one person at the same time? Have you ever married someone in order to obtain an immigration benefit? Do you support the Constitution and form of government of the United States? Have you ever committed, assisted in committing, or attempted to commit a crime or offense for which you were not arrested? Do you understand the full oath of allegiance to the United States? Have you ever been convicted of a crime or offense? Have you ever been in jail or prison? Are you willing to take the full oath of allegiance to the United States? If the law requires it, are you willing to bear arms on behalf of the United States? Have you ever given any US government official any information or documentation that was false, fraudulent, or misleading? If the law requires it, are you willing to perform non combatant services in the US Armed Forces? If the law requires it, are you willing to perform work of national importance under civilian direction? Okay, please review all your information on the tablet and make sure that everything is correct and signed at the end of the page. Congratulations! I'm submitting your application for approval. You will receive a notification about your oath ceremony date in the next 2 weeks, probably. Remember that you are not an American citizen until you take your oath of allegiance. Do you have any questions? No, officer, thank you so much. You are welcome. I'll bring you back to the customer service area. Si quieren saber las respuestas de este video, entonces vayan a revisar el video que les dejo aquí abajo. En la parte de arriba les aparecerá el enlace, hagan clic para ir al video.